Hello everybody and welcome back to X4, where we are about 1 minute away right now from completing our second refined metal production, which of course means that we are going to be completing our current mission with the Argon Federation to build this station. I hope we get to keep the station. I'm pretty sure we do. And they're just essentially footing the bill because they wanted... The entire point was they wanted a more readily available source of refined metal. Well, what we didn't tell them is that we're planning to expand this and produce other things with the metal ourselves, specifically hull parts, but that's okay. So only about 30 seconds now until we are complete with that. So let's hop out of here and let's just hop into our mission manager. And this should be finishing up momentarily, giving us almost 5 million credits and another factory. Which is fantastic. So we're almost there. 2 seconds, 1 second, done. So we did lose it. Okay, good to know. But that made us 5 million credits. So the Argon Federation took ownership of it. Okay. Did they take ownership of the ships assigned to it? They did not. What is this autonomous distress drone? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. We've got a couple of things. Interesting. Let's see. 451. Mercury Vanguard is fine. Okay. So we're going to need to make our own hull parts factory then. In that case. I assumed that we'd get to keep that, but we absolutely did not. So, to that end, we're going to need some decent ore. There's some decent ore density down over here. So we might want to consider constructing a station around here. Now, I believe that in order to create a new plot, we have to physically be there, correct? Maybe? No, we don't. Okay, that'll be fine. So we would create this plot right about here. And we'd probably make this about 5 by 5 by 2 by 5 and by 5-ish. 400k. I can work with that. Okay, so we're going to basically replicate what we created up there. So this is going to be, we're going to need a pier to start this off. We're going to position that just inside the edge here. About like that. And then we're going to put in a dock right here. I actually kind of want that dock to be rotated this direction. Don't I? No, I don't. It would be easier to dock if it's rotated like that. So we'll do it like that. Excellent. Okay, and now we're going to need a base module over here. And we're going to rotate this guy and place it right there. Excellent. Then we're going to put in a cross module. And this will be essentially our production of... Actually, this would be storage. This would be storage right here. So the idea would be a container storage there, a liquid storage there, a solid storage there. Excellent. Then we would put in a base And actually, I may as well have copied that one over there, but I guess we'll do this at this point. We'll put in a base module there, and we'll put in a cross module here. And then this cross module is going to come out this direction. We'll take this out 3 cross modules in total. We may remove one of these, or actually 2 of them, and replace them with a base module. We'll look into that in a moment. But we are going to need some refined metal production. And where would we mount that? We would mount that in this center one here. And then also in this center one here. But I would like to rotate that around this way if I can. Make that a bit symmetrical. So with that being the case, these edge ones are not actually required. So we would remove that. And then we would detach this temporarily. Remove this. This would become a base module. And the same thing on this side. This would be a base module. And then this would get, if I can select it, there we go. This would get moved in there. Like so. Excellent. So that's our refinery production. And if we need to expand again, we would go down and opposite direction. So down and down here, and that would be probably more than enough. So for right now, let's do a base module. And actually, instead of doing this, I'm just going to copy this module. There we go. Excellent. And now we need our graphene production. So our graphene production is honestly really, really small, right? What's the size of it? No, it's quantum tubes that I was thinking of. Yeah. So our graphene production is that size. So we're going to do largely the same setup we did over here, but opposite. So we're going to do a base module on either side here. Then a cross module, like so. Excellent. And then we would do the graphene production right here on this side. And then the same thing over here, except this would be flipped around to be like that. So that would be our graphene production for right now. And that's more than enough graphene. There's no doubt about that. If we have to expand, though, we always can. These are modularly expandable. So that's fine. Then we will, of course, need some energy cell production, as well as space for habitation. So for right now, we are going to put in a cross module. This would be habitation over here. And then we're going to put in another base module. And honestly, this isn't even going to need a cross module. We would instead simply put in energy cell production. Like that. So that would be the overall plan for this. How much is that going to cost us? About as much as we got paid for the last one. So that means that the Argon Federation is basically paying for this whole station. You know what? I'll allow it. I need to pull up the thing here that the site that I'm using to check these things. So the energy cells we have covered, the storage we have covered in a sense. We may actually... Do we have the space? We do have the space. We may want to expand our storage by having a quick cross module here. Like that. And then we can expand cross modules out either direction for additional solid storage. Actually, it's additional container storage we're going to need, isn't it? Hull parts are container storage. Graphene is container storage. Refined metals are container storage. Yeah, we don't really need the additional solid storage, but I'll still get one more solid storage here, and we'll leave this empty. We can expand that later on. I'm going to get a second container storage, though, for sure. In fact, we may want to have this also be container storage. Kind of like that. That could work. We can't rotate solid storage to be vertical, can we? No. Okay. Just checking. So let's see here. Hull parts require energy cells? Check. Graphene? Check. Refined metals? Check. We should, in theory, be good to go. And then in terms of habitation, it would, I believe, be something like this. So cross, cross. And then we'd have a biome there. We should probably bring this down a level. So rather than... this would still actually have to be a cross module. Yeah, so we would want to have this be a vertical module that we would place there. And then a cross module down there, positioned like that. And then we would have the biome there. And this would be modularly tileable. We can go that way, we can go that way. We can also place habitats above, but this would be enough for right now. Okay. That's a really, really good start, I think. So we'll just go ahead and confirm these changes. Excellent. We are going to need to hire a builder, and so we shall. Hello, here's one. Builder hired. Fantastic. And we're just going to toss in, for right now, about 2 million credits. There we go. Because I want to do a couple of things. Specifically, I want to get this aligned a bit more like it's supposed to be. There we go. Now I know where I am. The sunder and the drill, I want to just send both of them to park down in this area. Yeah, we'll just fly them over here for right now. Okay. Now, we're going to need at least one transporter, so we will buy ourselves a Mercury Vanguard, high preset. We'll add that to our list and confirm that order. Excellent. Okay, so the GE headquarters currently has a decent amount of funds. We'll pull some out of there. We'll toss in about 1 million credits towards production of our next Claytronics module. And we need to take a quick look at the logical overview over here. So our optimal number of workers is currently 2660, and that's going to go up a little bit more. So we might want to actually target 3,000 for this. So, of course, currently, we have a workforce of 2,000. So we would need 4 additional biomes. Maybe we should just double this size. So essentially what we would do is we would have a base module that we would then rotate like so, and snap in there. Then a cross module, right there. We would copy this guy and paste him in a couple of times. Perfect. Now this is currently linked up here, but not here. That's fine. So we'd have a cross module here and here. And then a base module like so. And then across over here, here, and here. And just to be consistent, a pair of base modules like that. And then we'd put in the extra biomes. Something along the lines of this. Now that's going to be quite expensive. I'm well aware of this. But that's also going to be close to our final build on the GE headquarters. We're not going to be doing too much more on the HQ. That's very, very close to the finalized build. Excellent. I am kind of sad that we didn't get to keep the station, but it makes sense. Don't really have any missions that we could do right now. That's fine. So, we could toss additional funding at the factory here. However, I kind of want to, as long as we're here, see if we can find ourselves a halfway decent manager for that factory. How about you? What are your stats looking like? Not great.
Greetings.
You're super cheap, though.
Split wish you fortune.
Stick around. We might hire you. Yeah, you're not a great option either. 4850. You're actually a worse option than the previous one. What about you? You've got 2 stars on management. You're pretty expensive. 71k. Almost got a star on management. Maybe we should just go for the cheap person and train her up, because I mean, I'm not sure what those stars actually do for management. Where are you going? Just sprinting away. Okay, you have no stars for management. That's fine. So, I mean, you're just super cheap. So, we'll hire you. And we're going to put you on the Elite Vanguard in the role, for right now, of service crew.
Split, thank you.
Okay. So she's hired.
We found something out here.
Yeah, I don't care. Ignore it. Okay, so we're going to need to fly over there eventually. And of course, we still need to get that hull part blueprint. But yeah, this should be a decent spot for this factory.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, we've got people over there that are just holding position. That's fine. It'll be a little while before they're ready. In fact, we may want to assign these guys to the headquarters temporarily.
I've got my eye on you. You don't scare me.
There you go. And we can move them out of there soon enough. Now, this Mercury Vanguard is, of course, going to be assigned to this factory as its primary courier. But for right now, we do need to go in here and make sure that its individual instructions are set to escape. There we go. Excellent. And let's send it off on a bit of a microchip excursion while we wait for the station to finish up. So we'll just do something kind of like this. We need to buy a couple more of these. There we go. Do we just not have enough to fully buy a load of it? Yeah, that's all it is. Okay. Well, that should be enough time for right now. Excellent.
I've got my eye on you.
Okay, so we do have some Claytronics at the GE headquarters. That's fine. We do need to do some more exporting over here, and we may want to investigate at some point, upgrading from Mercury Vanguards to, like, not really XL, but one of these freighters here. Let's see, this is container storage, 45,000, 33,000, 37,000, 29,000, 36,000. So we'd probably go for this freighter here. What would a high spec of this look like in terms of cost? 13 million.
You're in for it.
Well, that's a lot,
You don't scare me.
to be sure. That said, this is a lot of container storage. This is equivalent to what, like 5, 6 Mercury Vanguards? Something like that.
Kiss your plasma vents goodbye.
So yeah, we'll want to upgrade our Mercury Vanguards to that eventually. But for now, I think we are entering another waiting period, because we're pretty much, right now, waiting for this factory to come to some degree online. Let's take a quick look in here and see what it has coming in.
You don't scare me.
There are currently no resources in its build storage. There are some Claytronics and energy cells on the way in, though. Okay. We're going to need a lot of hull parts for that pier.
Requesting permission to dock.
But yeah, this is going to be a little while. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode we're going to come back when this basic dock area finishes up. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.